Hello everybody, welcome to the Michelle Francis YouTube channel. Here I am again. My name is Michelle, Michelle Naomi Francis, and oh my gosh, my knickers are showing there. Basically, today was quite an interesting day. I've been trying to get asylum and refugee status out of this country. It's proving to be quite difficult. So here I am sharing with you, all what's been going on, and basically, what I want to say is, like I said, it's been quite an interesting day. So what I want to say is that I've been down to the police station last year so many times, and I said to them, since you're accusing me of being this what's been going on, accusing me of being a rapist, a pedophile, a child abuser, a nonce, what else? All these accusations, violent, aggressive. Then I asked the police to arrest me and charge me, and they keep refusing. The police, the Metropolitan Police, keep refusing to arrest me and charge me and prosecute me through the court, let it go through the courts. They're refusing. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to campaign for justice. All pedophiles should be in prison for life because they can't be trusted. I was going to say something else, but I really can't say that over the social media because they might say I'm inciting violence, against people. So basically, they might say I'm inciting murder. But basically, a lot of people say all pedophiles should be murdered. I'm going to campaign for the police to arrest me and charge me and the matter go through the courts. That's going to be my campaign because the government has a campaign called campaign against violence, sexual violence and violence towards women and girls. So this is a campaign that was initiated from the government last year. Many of you may not have been aware, but there was a campaign that was initiated by the government, and it was against sexual violence and violence against women and girls. Yeah, violence against women and girls, including rape, sexual assaults, all kind of stuff like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be campaigning about that, violence, to stop violence against women and girls. So, as everyone knows, this is a prevailing problem in society all around. So basically, I'm campaigning that all pedophiles, rapists, child abusers, nonces, what else can I think of? All violence against women and girls, those perpetrators need to be forced, the police need to be forced to arrest them when they are known, to arrest them when they're known to the police, to the local authorities, the social services, the NHS, the community mental health team, the HMP prison service. The authorities need to be held accountable for not doing anything to protect women and girls on the street. Vulnerable, innocent women and girls from violence from men. So basically, I'm going to be campaigning so that these perpetrators are brought to justice. Yeah, and to force the police to arrest them, yeah, through the proper legal channels, and that there is no escape through the mental health system. Yeah, and these perpetrators have to be brought to justice. So that's going to be my campaign from now on, my next campaign. So we're taking it a step. We're taking it a step much further, and all these perpetrators, they should be convicted, and once they're convicted, all these perpetrators, they should get the full weight of the law. They should receive the full weight of the law. And so who's in? Anybody out there that's listening, if you want justice for women and girls against against violence, and you agree that the perpetrators must be brought to book, they must be arrested and charged. Now, if everybody, I don't know if you all remember the Jimmy Savile case, Operation Yewtree, Operation Hydrant, Operation Midland. There were so many of them where the police, the authorities, social services, NHS, mental health services, HMP prisons, you name it, allowed this abuse and violence of women and girls to go on for decades. Yeah, and even Jimmy Savile never received any consequences because he lived until he just died, eventually passed away in his old age, or however old he was. So my campaign is that following Operation Yewtree and following Operation Hydrant and following Operation Midland, that the perpetrators should not be left on the loose, and they should be not allowed to get away with it. They should not be allowed to basically escape the justice of the law. They should not be allowed to escape the justice of the law. And only the law can decide on the circumstances. So basically, too many times pedophiles get a slap on the wrist. My brother Philip Andrew John Francis, sexually abused a 2-year-old baby girl who he was babysitting, the next door neighbor's baby, and he went to court and got a slap on the wrist. So I'm campaigning now that all perpetrators of violence against women and girls, that's including sexual violence, rape, sexual assaults, pedophilia, they need to be brought to book. There's a system here in place, and the police are not doing anything. The Operation Yewtree is a big example of that, involving Jimmy Savile, who was from Leeds. So, so I will be campaigning that since there's so many people in the system and out of the system out there accusing me of being a paedophile, a rapist, an exploiter, a sexual assault, a paedophile, then the police have to arrest me and charge me. We have to go through the proper legal channels, just like everybody else. That goes for everybody else. All you men out there who are guilty of violence against women and girls, including rape and sexual assault and exploitation, you need to be brought to book. We need to throw the book at you, yeah? And because unless you're accusing me of all these things and I'm the only person in the world, you're accusing me of all these things and I'm the only person in the world. And as you can see, I'm a black woman. A black Jamaican woman, to be exact. A black Jamaican woman, to be exact. So, are you saying that if a black woman is a paedophile, a rapist, a sexual assaulter, an exploiter, a paedophile, that you black men are not guilty? Also, you tell me. If black women can be accused of all these things, then you also. And the full weight of the law should be thrown at them all. Everybody thrown at them, the full weight of the law. And I'm talking about possibly bringing back the death penalty for pedophiles, sexual abusers and rapists and violent people. The death penalty should be brought back in for pedophiles especially, and sexual assaulters and rapists, all of them. So unless you black man are sitting out there, I run up your dirty stinking mouth and I chat about black woman is pedophile. So you black man must be pedophile too. Because unless you're saying a black woman, if you say a black woman is proven, because I want to go through the courts, the law, yeah? And if they convict me, it has to go on record. It will go on record. So then they can start hunting for all of the pedophiles, because I'm sure if a black woman is a pedophile, then you must be pedophile too. The black man must be a pedophile too. The black man must be a pedophile too. So I'm going to campaign for the death penalty to be brought back into this country for pedophiles, and that America should hunt down all the pedophiles and the rapists and the nonces and the sexual abusers, and give them the death penalty. So I'm campaigning that the death penalty should be brought in with immediate effect when somebody's found guilty of paedophilia, rape and sexual assaults and exploitation and these kind of charges. They should automatically get the death penalty. That includes in America. That's where I want it, in America and in Britain and Europe, all over. That they automatically get the death penalty. Yeah. And the full weight of the law. And that, they get the full consequences. And that includes that includes, well, I don't know whether I should say on the over the social media, but because they might say I'm inciting violence, but yeah, all the raping of people's children, raping their babies, crippling their children, the full weight, the full consequences. Yeah. So if the black woman is a pedophile, you black man is a pedophile too. Remember, you have your pitney out there. You have your grand pitney out there. The full consequences. Yeah. The same thing. The full consequences. Rapist, pedophile, sexual assaulter, sexual exploiter, pedophile, all these things. Their children should face the full consequences also. Their children's children. Their family murdered, all kind of thing. They should face the full consequences. And when the police beat them in the street and shoot them, that should be allowed. If they're guilty of rape, sexual assault, pedophilia, sexual exploitation, all these kind of things, they should be shot, apprehended, and if they try to resist, at least even in the slightest, they should be shot on sight, and there should be no investigation into any such allegations of murder from the police. The police should be allowed to shoot them on sight and kill them, and use full force to bring them into custody, and put them on death row while they're waiting for sentence, or while they're waiting for trial. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to say. That's my campaign. So I'll be going down to the police station every day. I'll be writing to the Home Office, the Home Secretary, everywhere, to force the police to arrest me under the new law from the Operation Yewtree, that if the police and the authorities are aware of any paedophile, sexual assaulter, sexual abuser, paedophile, sexual exploiter, they should be full consequences on them if they don't take action immediately and bring that person into prison. No mental health system that's an abuse of the law, they have to face the full consequences. Yeah. And they have to bear the full consequences and have the book thrown at them once they're convicted. So thank you, everybody. That will be my campaign from now on. So I hope you all support my campaign, and you use Operation Yewtree, an Operation Hydrant, and Operation Midland, where all the authorities knew of these paedophiles, knew of Jimmy Savile, and they didn't do anything for decades. So that's my campaign from now on. I'll be writing to the Home Office to ask them, since they think they've been accused of me of being a paedophile, a rapist, a child abuser, exploiter, everything, why haven't they arrested me? I'm not taking it. You either apologize, full apology, and pay me millions and millions and millions in compensation, or you arrest me and charge me and put me through the courts. There's no other way about it. There's no two ways. There's no other way about it. It's either one, you apologize and make a full apology to me, and you pay me and my children a full compensation, financial compensation, or you arrest and charge me and put me through the courts. It's as simple as that. And I'm going to campaign that if you don't charge me, you're putting young children and women at risk on the street. Okay. Thank you very much. I'll put my email address Michelle Naomi 456@gmail.com. Do write to me. Do email. Drop me an email. Please, nobody be writing me from India asking me for £10,000 because you've got no food in the house. I don't have no money. Okay? I don't have nothing. I've never had anything, so I can't help you. But if you want, anybody out there want to write and they're serious about getting all these paedophile, rapists, sexual abusers, exploiters in the courts, arrested, charged, and in the courts, and if they resist or they try to anything, they should be shot on sight and killed, and there should be no investigation into the situation because it's not murder. Okay? The full weight of the law, the full book, the full consequences. Yeah? Smash their head into the ground, face first. Don't you think so? Pedophiles, sexual abusers, rapists, sexual assaulters, exploiters, they should have their face slammed into the floor, concrete floor, face first. Then jump on their back and beat the shit out of them, put their hands behind their back really tight in handcuffs, and leave them in the back of the van for hours before you throw them in the police cell. Yeah? And when they're in prison, you put them in the isolation segregation unit and you don't give them any food. No food or water. You leave them there and they're starving to death. So anybody serious, I'm talking about pedophiles, rapists, sexual abusers, sexual assaulters. So please, if you support this and you want pedophiles, rapists, sexual assaulters, child abusers, exploiters off the street, contact me, because I'll be campaigning and I need just many people out there need their support. Also, before I go, what's his name? Charles Gordon. Charles Gordon, get the fuck off my case. Who the fuck are you? They're setting everybody in the world on me, you know. I've been watching everything. I know Charles Gordon's been on my case for a while now. Yeah, get the fuck off my case. Who the fuck are you? Just because you think you're a millionaire, get the fuck off my case. You're responsible for what happened to Sasha Johnson. You didn't prepare her. You just jumped in there, jumped up at the opportunity to have Sasha represent your political party. Yeah? You run and jump, and you were just thinking about promoting your political party and getting you out there and known. Your political party and your objectives. You didn't give her a proper training, preparation, everything for this job as a politician coming from a background of just coming out of the ghetto like that. You know, you should have prepared her. It's your responsibility, Charles Gordon. You just threw her out there into the lion's den. Anyway, get off my case, Charles Gordon.